we are going to be looking at Waec Economics 2022 theory, question 2. We've done question 1 before now. So now we want to look at question 2. Okay, so table below shows the unit price and quantities of hats produced by a firm. So you have to study it and answer the question that follow. Question A. So this is the table, quantity, unit price. So everything is in what? Dollars. Total revenue, marginal revenue, and average what? Revenue. Question A, 2A says compute the values of U, V, W, X, and what? Y. So let's compute this. U, where is U? This is U. How do we get this U? This is V. How do we get the V? Okay. Now this is talking about what? Unit price. This is 180. This is total revenue. Look at it. How did they get this 180? Total revenue divided by this 10. It will give you this. Divide 3,000 by what? 20. It will give you 150. Okay. Divide 3,000 by 20 to give you. So to get U, now I want to answer question A now. Solution. So to question 2A, we have to compute U. So to compute this U, it will be total revenue over the quantity, okay, or the output. So in this case now, the total revenue, okay, is 3,600, and the output is 30. So this we cancel this. 360 divided by what? 3. What is that? 120. This will give you 120. Okay, so U is $120. So let's go to V. How do we get V? Which is total revenue. Okay, so look at this times this will give you this. So to get V is 100 times 40, which is unit price times quantity. The unit price is $40. The quantity is what? 40. So this should give you what? 4,000. Okay, 4,000. Okay, do you understand that? W now. How do you get W? Marginal revenue. Okay, so by formula, you know the first one, nothing, because there is no extra for this total revenue, no additional now. So to get this 120, it is this minus this. We give you this minus this over this minus this. Okay, we give you this 120. So this 60, this minus this over this minus this. To get W, this minus this over this minus this. So V, our V is 4,000. Okay, minus $3,000. $3,600 over 40 minus $30. So this will give you, this minus this will give you 400. This minus this will give you 10. So this cancel this. Your answer will be what? $40. Okay, do you get that? So your u is 120, v is 4, so it remains x and y. It remains x and y. So our u is 120, v, because I want to clean this list, v is $4,000, then w is 40, w is $40, w is $40. Now, so it remains x and y. How do we get x? This x. How do we get this x? X is total revenue. Okay, but before that, before I give you the formula, let's look at this 180. Total revenue over 10. You see that? So for this x, it will be 3,000 over 20. Okay, so to get x is total revenue over quantity, where total revenue is what? $3,000. Quantity is 20. So let's divide it. 3,000 over 20, okay. 3,000 divided by 20, 150. 150 dollars. Then the last one here is y. Y. This y. This y. So it's still the same thing. We are talking about average what? Revenue. Okay. So which is going to be total revenue, which is v. Our v is 4,000 over 40. Okay, to get y. So 4,000 divided by 40, what will it give you? 100. So y is $100. $100. Okay, so now that is 2A. 2B, in what type of market is the firm operating? In what type of market is the firm operating? Now, what you need to use here is to look at the average revenue and the marginal revenue. X here, it is 150, and this is 120. This is 120, this is 60. Y is 100, W is 40. So you can see that the average revenue is higher than marginal revenue. So in that case, it shows that the market is what? An imperfect market. It is an imperfect market. So some individual can say it is a monopoly market or oligopoly market. But then, to be on the safer side, they are all examples of an imperfect market. So the answer there is that the type of market we are facing here is an imperfect market. The reason is because the average revenue, so B, the answer is imperfect what? Market. Okay, the reason is because the average revenue is what? Is higher. Okay, please write this. I'll clean it. Write this. Write this. Because it is higher, the average revenue is higher than the marginal what? Revenue. This is the reason. So this, under this condition, we can say that it is an imperfect market. So that is, we will still have some other question under this particular year, under this 2022 question 2. So we've done A, we have done B. We still have C, D, E. So if you have any question, please drop it on the comment section. Okay. So now we look at C. We look at C. If the firm's marginal cost is $60 at all levels of output, at what level of output will it be in equilibrium? Okay, so now what you need to know is that equilibrium is achieved when marginal cost in an imperfect competitive market, equilibrium is reached when marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. Okay, so if 60 is marginal cost, where do we have 60 here? Is here. At which output? Trace it, 30. So the answer for question C is 30 units. That's the answer. Because at that 30 units, marginal cost, which is 60, is equal to marginal revenue, which is $60. So we go to D. If a total cost of $600 is incurred when 60 units of parts are produced, determine profits, the margin of profit or loss made. Okay, so in D now, to solve D, they told us that the total cost is what? $600. Okay, so for us to determine profit, we must know total revenue. Total revenue is what? At 50, when the unit produces 50, total revenue is 4,000. Do you see that? Because they told us that when 50 units of parts are produced, so total revenue is what? 4,000. And by formula, profit is total revenue minus total what? Cost. So total revenue in this question, it is what? $4,000. Whereas total cost is how many dollars? 600. So what is the difference? The difference is what? 3,400. So this is the profit. Okay, this is the profit margin. Now for E, what is another name for marginal cost? Another name for marginal cost is incremental cost. Incremental cost. Okay, which is the same thing as extra cost. Okay, so now this is everything about this question. This is everything about this what? Question. So if there is anything you are not clear with, please drop your comment. As I've said before, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you find this video useful, I want you to share, I want you to like, turn on the notification button, because we are going to be doing this every time. Thank you. Okay, thank you.